You think you're original? You ain't original. You were programmed to be you.
Anything else? Well, let's get started. Who's the first question? Dave, that was close. So we got Big E.
You're nervous? I had the first question.
Yeah.
So, Dre, this was supposed to happen last month. I know from conversations that we had, you were a little disappointed that it didn't come out right from the start. What are we going to expect out of you on this one? You said you changed some things up, trying to not having it that way, look at things a little different. What are you looking to do different on this one?
I just have more time to train and prepare for his style. His body type's a lot different than what I'm used to. So, yeah, I'm going to be more aggressive and try to use my power and explosiveness to break him kind of. So, that's my plan.
Next question.
Jeremiah, where do you think this fight will take you? Like when you win, if you win, where do you think?
When I win?
Yeah, where do you think you'll go from there?
Hopefully I'll get a call from either Bellator, UFC, wherever. But I'm just gonna take it one fight at a time. Thank you, Tyson, for taking this fight. It's been hard to get matched up in the past few months after my Soto fight. So I'm really excited to be fighting for this organization again.
David, what's it like to, you've had a couple really successful performances here at West Coast Fighting. What's it like to be in this main event fighting for the title?
I'm really grateful and excited to be fighting for West Coast Fighting Championship. When I first came to Sacramento, I asked around and I said, what's the local promotion to get into? And everyone, said to hit up West Coast. And so I sent a Facebook message to Brandon, just West Coast Fighting Championship, and God blessed me with that matchup with a very tough Fernando Gonzalez, and man, he just won in Bellator. He's tougher than he looks, let me tell you. And after that win, I was supposed to fight Max Griffin, but that didn't happen for whatever reason. And then I got Jamie Hara, which I was actually scheduled to fight many years ago, like in 2008, and so it was like a closure of history that was meant to happen. So like that fight for me was, I think, my finest performance in my my whole MMA career, and against a very tough guy. Let me tell you, he's no joke. But I was like in the zone, like the flow state where it was just, there was no stopping me. And now I'm just really excited to be back in the show. I took an event off, and I'm really excited for this fight. I think Matt Major's gonna bring it, and we're gonna put on a hell of a performance. And God willing, I'll keep that strap here in Sacramento and Team Alpha Male, and just overflowing with gratitude right now. It's just, it's been good.
Follow up for Matt. You were off for 3 years. Why return now?
First of all, we're not in control of anything in this world. If you think you're in control, you're not in control of anything. So, 3 years, but just because you didn't see me fight doesn't mean I don't fight. I'll show up in your gym and beat the out of anybody in there. I'm crazy and I'm out of my goddamn mind. You understand what that means? I don't have no accolades like all these other guys, and why I am who I am now. You think this is a show, dog? This ain't no show. I'll show up in your gym, I'll beat the shit out of whoever, and I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Now David, he's a good fighter and all. This is a circus. That's how I see it. It's just a circus to me. You know what I mean? 3 years. I think it's been more like 4, I'm not really concerned about that. I'm not fighting for no money. I got money. I choose to live on the street because I want to live on the street. Because I like walking with the common man. You better go home and read your Bible, man. I got Satan on my side.
Thank you. First Street David, you just say you beat War Machine, right? And there's been a lot of press about him of late. So it brings the attention to you because you've won against him. And then another thing is Matt saying that you just need this kind of thing, and we're all kind of just in a bit of a circus right now. But you need media to promote a fight. Do you feel as if the War Machine thing is promoted this bout well? And how do you feel about your opponent not wanting to promote this fight as much as somebody like you and the promotion itself?
I think Matt Majors, he's been promoting the fight. I think, he wants to fight. Everyone, if you don't want to fight, then don't do the sport of MMA. I mean, it is a sport, but it's not a sport that you play. You don't go and play it like you play hockey. You fight. It's a fight to the finish. I'm gonna put you to sleep if you don't tap out. I'm gonna break your arm. I'm gonna knock you out. That's what I do. That's what I do for a living. I've moved out here to Sacramento to be a full-time professional fighter. I gotta make money, and if no one shows up to the fight,
I'm a business guy. That's what I do for a living. I clean garbage cans and graffiti. I got a real job. I do this for fun. This is for fun, man.
I also do it for fun, but I'm also trying to make some cheddar,
there. That's the only way you're gonna be where I'm at. I didn't need the UFC to have a name. I didn't need them. You know what I'm saying? Because I do this for fun. I don't do it for money. I don't do it to pay rent. I don't do it for any of that. I do it for fun.
So then where are you going after this fight?
Where am I going after this fight?
What you're gonna do if you win, where you're gonna go?
I'm probably gonna go back to work and just wait for another guy that's brave as David Mitchell to come and step up to me. Because, let me tell you something, man. Like, I've been in this game for a while, dog. I never needed Zuffa or any of that. You feel me? I am who I am. And that's just the way it is.
So that's not what you're aiming for?
What's that?
You're not aiming for, like...
This is a championship fight, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is as good as it's gonna get. And if you're not watching this fight, then the hell with you. This is a big fight. It doesn't matter. I said it before. UFC belt, it don't matter. This is West Coast Fighting Championships. I'm Matt Major, this is David Mitchell, and we gonna fight. And somebody gonna get their ass whooped for a long time in that ring. Because I'm known for taking niggas into deep water, and I'm not afraid, you feel me? I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of anything. I fight Russians, blacks, whites, I don't care. You feel me? I came from Miami and I trained with the best camp that I could. Maybe they the best camp because I'm the dark horse in the gym whooping that ass. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no accolades, ain't no NCAA stuff on my record, man. I got felonies on my record. That's what I got. You feel me? I'm a gangster.
I'm glad, man. I'm glad. Matt, you are a tough man, and you did take Shlemenko the distance. I was impressed by that fight.
I got drunk the night before. Okay, I didn't even know who Shlemenko was. He came to this country to fight me. He was wearing tap out, wasn't he?
Man, maybe if you hadn't got drunk, you would have beat him.
Who was he sponsored by? All right?
Anyway.
That's all that matters, okay? And if I do fight Shlemenko again, it ain't gonna be the same fight. I fought in the daylight. I'm a vampire. I can't fight in the daylight. I gotta fight in the dark tunnel.
Hey, any special preparation for somebody like this that trains in a dark cave?
I'm all about the light, I eat a lot of green stuff, and I drink a lot of green stuff.
There's darkness around the light, bro.
In the darkness can only exist in the lack of light, So I'm just gonna shine the light and vanquish the darkness. That's what I do. I'm a Jesus believer. I believe in God, and every day I'm here to fight for that.
Man, Luke never won.
Speaking of which, I wanted to say one thing real quick about the War Machine question. I did fight War Machine. It was a very close fight. And boy, would I love to fight that guy again, because I'd love to finish him and actually just finish him, because the things that he's done is just completely unacceptable. And I don't know that it's helping me promote this fight, but I just want to say to all the people out there, don't raise your, I could never hit a woman. That's just messed up. Don't ever do that. It's just, I don't know. If he did what it looks like he did, man, that's really bad. And when I met him, when I fought him, he didn't seem like a piece of crap. So, that's what I do. I beat up, and and it decides it. You fight me, and win or lose, you're gonna go up or down. Like you see guys like Bobby Green, he's ranked number 7 in the world. I beat him in under a minute. Poppy Martinez fighting in Bellator, and then you see guys like War Machine that are probably gonna spend the rest of their life in prison. So,
What fights have you lost though? Because the only fights that matter are the ones that you lost. That's the only way you're going to learn in life is if you lose.
I've lost fights, man.
That's all that matters, man.
I got knocked out, Mike Pierce. I've lost fights. And you're right, that's how you learn. Sometimes you gotta lose before you learn how to win.
You gotta learn the art of dying before you learn the art of living.
Yeah, I had a question for Josh Emmett. It's another fight, you're undefeated now, and it's a fight at 155 pounds. Are you planning on staying at 155 pounds and get back to 145? You thought about that?
Just a little. I kind of wanted to test out the 155 division like we talked about. I'll feel a lot better just because I usually cut quite a bit of weight, 35 to 40 pounds. So really whatever you guys and the team think I should do, and depending on how I perform, then I might say 55s. If I have to go 45s, I would. I usually walk around at like 78 to 80, right around there. So making 45s is pretty difficult. I wrestled 157s in college, and that was a pretty tough cut as well on a weekly basis. So I'm sure I'm going to feel great at 55s.
And after this fight, you get the win, I'm planning to feel like UFC,
I definitely looking for that. My ultimate goal is the UFC. Don't really want to go the Bellator route, but yeah, if I got the call, I'd fight anyone. Just to get my foot in the door. 45s, 55s, whatever I can do to get in there.
Questions for Benito, but first, being excited about a win over War Machine is like being excited about getting the prize in your Cracker Jacks box, but that's pointless. But Benito, how do you feel about everybody saying that you were afraid to fight Dre Mitchell the first go around, and that you weren't hurt, and that you're gonna come out and get your ass whooped this time?
I haven't really heard too much of that, but I let them know that I don't want to fight anyone but Dre Mitchell as my comeback fight. I'm not afraid to fight anyone, so we'll see you September 13th. I'm ready.
Is there any specific reason why you wanted Dre Mitchell?
I wanted Dre Mitchell because his coach posted on Facebook saying something about, I posted on Snapchat, I was eating by a river, and they were saying I was hiking. Apparently I was hiking, I don't know. But I just wanted to fight because I'd seen him in my amateur days. He was a champ in Reno, and I wanted to fight him then, but then he went pro, and now we're finally going to fight. I think he's a tough fighter, and I want to see how this fight goes.
So your second fight pro, you feel that's where you want to take this?
Yeah, he's a tough fighter. After this, I want another tough fight, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Benito and Dre, they've through their amateur careers and in their brief pro careers, they've always fought top guys. So whether it's in the amateurs in Reno, he's always got top 10 in the nation amateurs. So we're really excited this fight's happening on the pro level with such high-ranking amateur fighters. So we're really excited about that.
This one's for Dre and for Benito. You guys were scheduled to fight before, and then the fight got scrapped, and now we're fighting again. Was there anything like you prepared in that first training camp, kept like your game plan to go into this training camp, or was there something different that you used that extended time to kind of analyze each other?
No, nothing's changed. Same thing's going. There's a couple of different attacks that I've learned from the extra time. That's about it. But everything's gonna stay the same, and yeah, it's gonna be a good fight. Yeah, same training for me as well. Same training. I'm ready.
So, I have a question for Tony. You're stepping up fighting Josh. Josh was cutting 30 to 40 pounds to make weight at 45 to 55. It's a known fact. The guy's a tank. His conditioning's, beyond most people in this area. And he's strong as hell, dude. At 55s, he ain't gonna have that much weight cut. How do you plan on dealing with that strength?
Well, as far as dealing with strengths, eventually everyone gets tired, or it doesn't even matter if you catch them right. Stand up takes away people's stamina. You punch them right, you knee them right. Submissions, doesn't matter how much you can hold your breath for. If I catch you in a choke, it's not going to take that much long for you to pass out from it. So I pretty much just stick to my strengths. I know that it'll be an exciting fight. I'm going to make it exciting. I'm going to try my best to make it exciting. I don't want to go out there and get a boring fight. No one wants to watch that. So as strong as he is, I'm looking forward to it because it's another challenge for me to do. And I've fought strong guys before, and I've won against strong guys as well as I've lost to some people too. But it's another challenge that I'm confident, and I'm gonna go out there and do my work and then make it fun for everyone to watch.
Tyson, you've had a really pretty successful career so far. Why take this fight at Blaviano right now?
Well, that's what my agent Bam scheduled for me, and I mean, it's for a belt. Heard Jeremiah's a really good fighter, whether it be grappling or striking, and I think it'll just be a fun show for both of us that we'll put on.
What do you think is going to be the difference in the fight come on September 13th?
You know, I think I have a little bit more experience than Jeremiah. I've been around for a little bit longer, so whether it be wisdom or a little bit of strategical, so I think I'm going to be bringing to the fight.
I was just going back to Jeremiah, like your last opponent just got signed to the UFC. How do you think your career is progressing and how far do you want to take it?
Everything's going so fast, honestly. I mean, I've only been training for 6 years. I've only been fighting pro for not even a full 3 years yet. And, you know, I did lose my last fight to Joe Soto, but I almost knocked his ass out twice. He even said it at the end of his fight. He said, I shouldn't be called the kid. I should be called, my nickname should be the man, because I hit like a man. You know, so, you know, coming from someone like that, he's going to the UFC. I'm right there, man. I'm right there. There was a lot of stuff that was going on in my last fight too. I don't want to get into it or anything like that, but you know, like I said, I almost knocked him out. He did beat me on experience and stuff like that. Was able to hold on, and doctor ended up stopping it in the third. So I don't think Tyson saying that he has more experience than me, it's gonna matter. You know, I don't think I'm gonna run into anyone. Or I don't think Tyson's as tough as Joe Soto was, and I almost knocked him out.
This is for the organization, West Coast itself, behind the organization. Where do you see the organization going from the previous events? What have you done to bring back the crowds and keep everyone, you know, involved with what is West Coast 11?
Are you not
Yeah.
listening to the
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, basically, I mean, we're in the center of, you know, 3 or 4 of the best camps in the world. So we really don't have to do too much as far as with that, because we have, I feel, the most talented fighters, you know, in the nation right in our backyard. So if you don't like MMA, I mean, you can't ask for top level fights like this anywhere else in the region. So we got guys in the UFC, back and forth. We have guys in Bellator. You know, we have the top fighters in the world even. So I feel like if that doesn't excite you as a fight fan, I don't know what will. But moving forward as an organization, what we want to do is we're actively pursuing a TV deal. So that's the next step for us. We're in talks with a couple of them, and hopefully by probably about 6 months we'll have something set in stone.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I think I might be able to elaborate on that with the women's fighters. I don't see any of them there, but we are still scheduled for 2 women's fights.
Yeah, so we have 2 women AMI fights, and the hard thing is at the pro level, they get 2-3 wins, they're off to the big show. And there's not a big pool of women fighters at the pro level. So we have some top-notch AMI fighters coming up, but the hard part is once they go pro, you know, 1 to 2 fights and they're gone. So it's hard to build them up on that level.
So I have a question for both Matt Majors and Mr. Dave Mitchell. Is it going to come down to nutrition, attrition, or skill level in this fight?
I'll give you a mature answer. It's all about skill, man. This is an art form. This is not an athletic sport. I mean, you can do this with one leg. I mean, let's talk about people that do this with one arm and things like that. So it's all about skill.
Man, I would agree with that. You know, I'll make the argument that that skills trump, you know, conditioning maybe, but at the same time, you got to be in good shape. So if you're not in good shape, you know, I got a pretty tough chin. I mean, your chances of
I'm black, man. I'm always in good shape. Think about that, man. I run 4 or 5 blocks, dude. I'll beat you at anything.
Nice. I don't know what
I'll
else to say.
LeBron James you. You're like Larry Bird, and I'm LeBron James.
Oh, for sure. You know,
it's gonna make his fart smell real good. That's all it's gonna do. You need to eat some hamburgers, some Jack in the Box, some real food, drink some beer,
some corn dogs.
And yes, corn dogs. Have fun. It's all about having fun. We gotta lighten up.
Definitely two different fighters.
Hey,
Sure.
hey, I'm gonna morph into some crazy Merovingian vampire, and y'all gonna see it. And he's gonna do this against the cage.
No biting
Eat butter.
All right. Next question.
Tony, you had a little injury which forced you to pull out of the original fight with Emmett. How's that healing up, and how's training camp go?
Yeah, it was unfortunate I got hurt. You know, it was the first fight I actually had to pull out of, and you know, I hate that. I hate to feel like I had quit something. You know, I wanted to make sure that I was 100% going against him. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fair to everybody. It wouldn't be fair to myself. It wouldn't be fair to him. And to come back into training, I feel even more confident now than I was before since I've kicked it up a notch. You know, I feel fine. It's not bothering me anymore. Just anything just added on more pressure, just trying to, because I want to be as ready as I can for this fight so that way I can do what I got to do and, you know, get the win. So that's pretty much the update on it so far.
Any more questions?
I'll follow up with Emmett. You get a lot of attention paid for you, but also for your CrossFit gym here in Sacramento. But then some people make fun of it and say like it's just training. You don't want to be the best at training, but you're also a fighter. How does that CrossFit training transfer into your MMA career?
Just like, so I don't do just typical CrossFit, and some of the fighters that come in, we don't do CrossFit. We obviously use the name because that's our gym, but we do more sports performance training, so everything tailored towards fighting. So as far as, I don't really mind. Everyone's going to hate on something. Like, one person gets injured doing CrossFit, or a few people. You know, a lot of people hate on it, but look at all like everyone that gets hurt and playing football and stuff like that. You know, no matter what you do, people are going to get hurt. So.
Go back to you with this Ray Mitchell fight. Are you going into this fight expecting to be noticed, or is this just another part of your building process to just prove something to yourself or to your family?
To me, it's just one step closer to my goals and my dreams, and making a better life for my family and my home. So right now, he's just in the way. I've been training since I was 12, so I'm not going to let him stop me from pursuing my dreams.
For Matt and David, have you guys been doing anything different since this is a 5-round fight?
I've been training more rounds. You know, we did 8 hard rounds today, 3-minute rounds. You know, we'll do 5-minute rounds. I'll get out with Josh Emmett and hit movement CrossFit, and you know, we'll go a little longer maybe. But really, the reality is, I don't see this thing going anywhere near 5 rounds. I think that the way we're going to come out and try to performance, you know, we're going to come and we're going to put a performance on for the fans, me and Matt Major, and someone's going to get finished, and I think it's going to be him, but I'm going to choke him. You know, I mean, my ground game's just on another level. I've been training 10 years of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with the very best fighters in the world, the Gracie, you know, Gracie family Jiu-Jitsu. Been doing it a long time, and back to, you know, the skills thing. Them skills are undeniable. It's like I'm driving a Porsche, you know, and he's got a broken down Pinto. So on that note, I just want to let everyone know, you know, all the fighters here got tickets. That's kind of how we get paid. It sucks we got to do it, but please come buy a ticket. You know, get online and buy a ticket. Please come to the fight. Support all the fighters. You know, hit one of these guys up. Hit me up. You know, I'll deliver it to you. Whatever I got to do. All right.
I just train, man. You know, and I got a lot of good people around me right now that I probably should have had in the past, and Riley being one of them. And extreme martial arts and everybody that's there, especially those kids. Those kids are an inspiration to me. And you know, when I see them training and I see the things and their abilities and what they can do, I try to mimic what they can do. So I think that's something that I'm doing different now, is that I've opened my eyes to other styles and other people, and I'm not the pompous asshole that I used to be.
Mr. Majors, to follow up on that, when you're on the Tap Out show and Matt seeing you and he kind of took interest in you, saying that he might have grew up the same background you did, is that what you see in the kids now that evolved you as a martial artist? Or?
I mean, everybody has their own story. It's just that, you know, I'm a real simple guy. You know, I don't really think about it too much, you know, but when I see people with abilities, it doesn't matter your age or whatever it is. You can be an old man. If you got ability and you come in the gym and you train, that's an inspiration to me. So I just look at everybody, you know, especially everybody that came here to this press conference and stuff. You know, thank you for the support. This is cool, and this is what motivates me. You know, I don't really do anything more differently than I've done in the past, except I just have a better attitude now.
Oh yeah, last question.
Great. Seems like a lot of people are saying that Benito didn't want to fight, and he stood away from this fight, and he was ducking it. Yeah, but then it seems like Benito's now asking for that fight. He wants that fight. So how are you going into this fight mentally? Do you feel like you've already won this fight? But there's Benito saying that he's actually asked for this. So what do you think?
I don't think I've already won the fight, because you don't know what's going to happen in the fight. You know, anybody could win. So, I mean, I really don't care. September 13th, I just hope we fight, because last time, you know, it didn't happen. So I don't want to jinx myself or nothing. I just want the bell to ring, and we're in there fighting for right now. That's all I want.
All right, that should do it. Thank you so much, and we'll see you September 13th.
You think you're original? You ain't original. You were programmed to be you. You're a slave and you don't even know it.